Hello, hope you're doing well, and welcome to my SMITE 2 Janus guide. Janus, the god of portals and transitions, steps into the battleground with reality-bending power, warping across space and controlling the flow of battle through his mastery of passageways and portals. And today, I'll be teaching you absolutely everything you need to know about this master of space and time. Janus is a ranged magic damage dealer who excels at controlling positioning, bursting enemies from unexpected angles, and offering unmatched mobility for himself and his team. His unique ability to pass through walls, create instant travel routes, and unleash devastating long-range shots makes him an exceptional choice for players who thrive on map awareness, precision, and clever positioning. If you love catching enemies off guard and bending the rules of engagement, Janus is a god worth mastering. And as always, do not forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss my future SMITE 2 guides, as I'll be covering all of the characters in SMITE 2. Also do check out my Discord server if you have any questions or want to join a friendly, toxic-free SMITE community. Now let's dive right into Janus' abilities. Starting with Janus' passive, Passages. When Janus passes through a portal or threshold, his next ability deals bonus magical damage, stacking up to 2 times. This passive rewards creative movement and positioning, letting you set up heavier hitting abilities when you line up your attacks right after passing through one of your portals. Moving right along to his first ability, Portal, Janus opens a portal on a surface. If placed on a wall, the portal creates a passage to the other side, allowing allies and himself to pass through instantly. If placed on the ground, it banishes enemies upward briefly before slamming them back down, dealing magical damage on landing. This is a versatile tool for mobility, disruption, and quick escapes, as well as for aggressive initiations through walls. The second ability is Unstable Vortex. Janus launches 2 linked portals in a spiraling motion, dealing magic damage to all enemies in their path. If an enemy is struck by both portals, they take bonus damage. This is Janus' primary damage ability and is incredibly effective for poking enemies from unexpected angles or catching them off guard during fights. This is usually the ability you will level first. Janus' third ability is Threshold. Janus creates a rift in space, slowing all enemies who cross it and granting movement speed to all allies who pass through. Slowed enemies become phased, making them take bonus magical damage from Janus' abilities, as well as ignoring a portion of their magical protections. This ability is perfect for controlling choke points, aiding escapes, or setting up devastating follow-up abilities. And finally, Janus' ultimate is Through Space and Time. Janus fires a global portal projectile that deals magical damage to all enemies in its path and creates portals for allies on any surface it passes through. The damage increases the further it travels, making it one of the best sniping abilities in the game. Enemies hit are also phased if Threshold is ranked. The projectile can pass through all obstacles and hit targets across the map, making it a powerful finisher, initiation tool, or a way to instantly join fights from across the map. Now that we have covered Janus' abilities, let's talk about how to use them effectively in combos. Janus plays very different from most mages. He really only has one consistent damage ability in Unstable Vortex. His first ability, Portal, can deal damage but is often better saved for escapes and repositioning. Threshold is primarily a utility tool to slow enemies, buff ally movement, and apply the phase debuff for extra damage. His ultimate, Through Space and Time, sits on a long cooldown but offers massive burst and incredible map-wide utility when timed correctly. Because of this, Janus doesn't have a large list of flashy combos. It's more about smart positioning, perfect timing, and knowing when to commit. There are 2 core approaches to focus on. The first combo is the guaranteed hit on the second ability. Start with Portal directly under or near your target to banish them briefly, guaranteeing they'll be in the same spot when you fire Unstable Vortex. You can then follow up with a basic attack for some extra damage. Note that you can also use the ultimate instead of your 2 or in combination with your 2. This is a great way to secure hits, but keep in mind that using Portal offensively like this leaves you without your best escape tool, making you very vulnerable. A lot more important than this first combo is the second one. And it's not really a fixed combo, it's the flow you'll live by as Janus. Before firing Unstable Vortex, try to hit your target with Threshold first. This boosts your damage through the phase debuff and slows the enemy. If you can also stand in the Threshold, this will also increase your damage as well. Additionally, through the slow, this will make Vortex much easier to land. After dealing damage, use Portal to instantly reposition, either to safety or a better fight angle, then repeat. Done right, this creates a constant cycle of poke, reposition, and repeat. His constant movement, this relentless evasion, is the true power of Janus, and mastering it is what separates average Janus from a nightmare to play against. Even if you don't secure the kill on the first exchange, you'll be there a second or a third time. The longer you live, the more damage you'll deal, the more kills you'll collect, and the more impossible you'll be to pen down. If you want to see these combos in action, check out my channel where I will be posting some Janus gameplay videos actually tomorrow and demonstrating these strategies in real matches. And consider following me on Twitch for live gameplay. It's a bit of a different experience from the YouTube videos leaning heavily on play-by-play commentary, and it's also a great way to ask questions directly. Hope to see you in my next Twitch stream. Now that you know exactly how to play Janus, let's go over where you will be playing him. Mid lane is Janus' true home. His exceptional range, high mobility, and ability to control space with portals make him one of the strongest mid laners in the game. He clears waves safely, rotates across the map faster than almost any other mage, and can influence fights from incredible distances with his ultimate. A skilled Janus can poke relentlessly, escape danger with ease, and constantly pressure the enemy team for angles they can't anticipate. While Janus can technically be placed in the dual lane as an ADC, his reliance on ability damage and lack of sustained basic attack DPS damage makes him poorly suited for this role. He doesn't provide the constant pressure of an objective burn an ADC is expected to deliver. Similarly, Janus is not efficient in solo. Janus' lack of tank stats, limited sustain, and focus on mobility over durability make him a poor choice for the solo lane. Even though he can clear minion waves quite quickly, he can't hold up in prolonged trades against tankier opponents, and building defenses sacrifices his main strength, burst and mobility. Janus can move around the map quite quickly, but his jungle clear speed and gank setup are underwhelming compared to traditional junglers. He also struggles in close range fights without a clean escape route, making him a risky pick for this role. Also, do remember the thing that we mentioned earlier where he only has one reliable clearing ability? That's going to be a problem in the jungle. And finally, support. While he brings utility through slows, debuffs, and portals, Janus lacks the tankiness, reliable crowd control, and peel tools that supports usually need. His design is centered around damage and mobility, which leaves him ill-equipped for frontline duties. So basically, if you're playing Janus, you're playing him in mid, there's no better place for him. Now that you know where you will be playing Janus, let's talk a little bit about what you will be building. As always, I can't give you an exact build for Janus as items in SMITE 2 often go through changes and fall in and out of the meta, but I can tell you which stats to focus on and suggest some core items. When building Janus, you'll want to prioritize intelligence, cooldown reduction, and finally tank shred. Intelligence greatly increases the magical power behind Janus' abilities, letting him hit much harder with his limited but impactful damaging skills. Great options include Book of Thoth, Doom Orb, and Fraud of Tahuti. Cooldown reduction is essential for Janus to keep using his unstable vortex as often as possible, repositioning with portal, and have his ultimate ready for critical moments. Strong cooldown reduction options include Chronos Pendant, Spear of Desolation, Cosmic Horror, and Soul Gem. Tank Shred helps you remain effective in the late game against high protection enemies and frontline targets. Some of the choices include Obsidian Shard, Soul Reaver, and Totem of Death, although Obsidian Shard and Soul Reaver should be your main priority over Totem of Death. Now remember, these items are just suggestions as your exact build will depend on your situation, team composition, and the enemy team's lineup. Items are buffed and nerfed over time, but the stats themselves stay the same. So when you're playing Janus, you will always look for intelligence, cooldown reduction, and tank shred. This is consistent and valuable for Janus. And here's a bonus tip. If you want my exact build, I've already uploaded one into the SMITE God Builder system. Next time you're playing Janus, just type Daxon into the search bar and you can use my build instantly. Also, if you want some further help with building, whether it be for Janus or any other character, then feel free to join the Discord server where I or other community members can help you with that or any other questions you may have. And as I mentioned, if you just want some non-toxic friends to play SMITE with, our Discord server is the perfect place for you. Now that you know exactly how to play Janus and what you will be building on him, I'm going to leave you off with some tips and tricks to make sure you excel the next time you pick Janus. First is reposition. Be annoying and save your first ability for escapes. Portal is your lifeline. While it can be tempting to use it offensively, keeping it ready for repositioning will make you far harder to catch and give you the freedom to keep poking from unexpected angles. My second tip is to spam your third ability, Threshold. This ability has incredible utility. Use it constantly to buff your movement speed, buff your team's movement speed, debuff the enemies with a slow or a phased effect. The more you use it, the more you control the pace of fights. Moving on, use your ultimate for more than just damage. Through space and time can absolutely secure kills, but it's also a game-changing utility tool. Use it to quickly transport your entire team across the map, steal objectives from long range, or instantly join fights you otherwise couldn't reach. And finally, always be watching your minimap. Janus thrives on catching enemies off guard with unexpected rotations, snipping low health targets across the map, or arriving in fights before the enemy can react. Keep your eyes on the minimap constantly. Awareness and timing are what turn Januses into a true game changer. And that's it, you've reached the end of the Janus guide. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my other SMITE 2 guides and subscribe for more content. If you have any other questions, you can join my Discord for more tips and a friendly community of SMITE players. And finally, follow me on Twitch if you want to watch me play some SMITE live or ask any questions directly. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye!